Evening, everyone, and welcome to Leibold Field in Richmond as we bring you North Central Conference football tonight, the final game of the 2019 regular season. The Red Devils home this evening, taking on the Wildcats of Kokomo. Great to have you with us. By the way, this Friday night, weather-wise, a whole lot better than what we saw last week as we welcome you to tonight's pregame show. And tell you what, we got a lot to talk about here tonight as we again welcome you to the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. Red Devils coming off a win last week over the Anderson Indians. It guarantees the Red Devils will not finish even at the bottom of the North Central Conference this year after not winning games over the last couple of years. We also got word earlier that Richmond picks up a forfeit win over McCutcheon. After losing that contest, it was found out that McCutcheon used an ineligible player. So when we look at coming into this game, the Red Devils will enter tonight's contest not with a record of 3-5. They will come into this one at 4-4 and now 3-3 in the North Central Conference, and now can finish with a winning record in the NCC with a win tonight over the Wildcats. Kokomo coming in at 2-6. We'll talk more about the Wildcats. They were shut out last week by Harrison by a final of 51-0. The side story for their team tonight, we understand they are missing around 14 players that would have either started and or played here tonight because they ended up going on spring break. Take it back. They go on fall break, not spring break. They go on fall break, ended up missing practice time. They are not playing tonight. And they are also without their starting quarterback, Andres Beignet, who is out of tonight's game because of an injury. So the Wildcats are going to come into this one very much shorthanded for tonight's final game of the regular season. The tournament begins next week. Now, after watching the Wildcats warm up, we're going to have to kind of keep an eye on this because I'm not sure who they're going to start. We did not get a word on who else is going to start for them of the players that are missing. But we did see Evan Barker taking most of the snaps in warm-up. He is a freshman, 6 foot 172. So if he starts tonight for Kokomo, and the Red Devils will start a freshman as well, we'll see two freshmen getting the start in tonight's contest. So a lot of storylines coming into this contest here this evening as the Red Devils and the Wildcats get set to do battle on this final game of the regular season. The other storyline tonight is both these teams will pretty much have to generate their own energy. Both teams are on fall break. There's not going to be a ton of fans here. The band is not expected to be here. The cheerleaders aren't expected to be here. It is going to be a very quiet night when it comes to the amount of people that will be here this evening to watch some high school football. So tell you what we're going to do. We're still about 29 minutes away from kickoff time tonight. We're going to hear from head coach Tony Sonsini in a couple of moments about Richmond's big win last week. We will, as always, take a look at both the NCC and the Tri-Eastern Conference. The big game tonight we'll keep an eye on. We have a reporter there. That is Northeastern in Hagerstown as the Northeastern Knights trying to win a Tri-Eastern Conference Championship this evening, so they're in action tonight. We'll get you updated on those scores as well, and we'll check out the latest polls this week as we get ready for tournament play next week, so a lot coming up on the most comprehensive pregame show. It's all right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. When we come back, head coach Tony Sonsini will get his thoughts next. This is the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance knows you're good at fitting one more dish in an already full dishwasher. We're good at your insurance.
Dad?
You're good at pretending to be asleep.
Dad?
We're good at your insurance.
Dad?
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
We check 'em better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
Big Boy's Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery, Big Boy's Pizza. 765-488-0023.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with the most comprehensive auto repair services that include general services, car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. Their goal is simple: to offer the best services available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. For a high-performance vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, give them a call at 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Dargy Repair Service is family-owned and operated, and they work on every kind of vehicle and specialize in imports. You can count on Dargy to do repairs and service, big and small. Dargy does regular service to major repairs. They do everything for your car except bodywork and tires. Dargy is a certified TechNet professional auto service. Dargy Repair and Service, 1700 Northwest 11th Street in Richmond. For more information, give them a call at 935-2241.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com.
Richmond Community Schools offers rich and diverse learning opportunities in all of our outstanding schools. We offer more educational choices to students than any other school district in our area. Learning today, leading tomorrow.
I'm not worried about being ready for the world.
I just need the world to be ready for me.
We are the best choice. Enroll now.
Welcome back to Leibold Field here in Richmond. We're still about 10 minutes away from kickoff time. We're going to talk about the Wildcats coming up in just a couple of moments. Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Excel Center of Richmond. The Excel Center is a tuition-free public charter high school for adults. They provide adults the opportunity to earn a Core 40 high school diploma, industry-recognized certifications, as well as college credit, and it all comes at no cost. The Excel Center is operated by Goodwill Education Initiatives, which is a nonprofit created by Goodwill of Central and Southern Indiana. There are 15 Excel Center locations in Central and Southern Indiana, including right here in the Richmond area. And by the way, they provide free child care as well. If you need more information, contact the Excel Center here in Richmond. Well, let's go ahead and talk about the Wildcats. It's just a few short years ago, they made a run to the state championship in 5A, but things have turned a little bit over the last couple of years. Richard Benberry's their head coach. He is 7-12 in his second year. They went 5-6 last year. They're 2-6 during this campaign. They come in averaging only 15.8 points per game, which is a heck of a lot lower than what we used to see, and they're also giving up 44 points per game. Total offense-wise, their numbers are very close to Richmond. 189.2 yards of total offense. The Red Devils at 196.5. In the rushing department, though, the Wildcats, who used to run that tight tee, that offense that looked more like you were playing rugby than anything else when they used to just run it down your throat. Well, now they're only averaging about 79 yards on the ground and 109 yards through the air. But as we said earlier, that could change even a little bit tonight from a passing standpoint because their starting quarterback is not going to be playing in tonight's game. He is injured, so he's not one of the players that did not make the trip because they missed practice time during the fall break. So we'll see how that's going to change here tonight as well. Their leading rusher is Ples Lawrence. Now, we did not see Ples Lawrence out there. That doesn't mean he's not playing tonight, but I didn't see him specifically in the warm-ups. We did see Nolan Hansen, who, by the way, had changed his number for tonight's game. He generally wears number 51, but now they're going to move him to running back. He wears number 34 tonight. So that is a change, at least we do know for tonight. Hansen now wearing number 34. We mentioned their leading passer is Andres Beignet. He is not playing tonight, but he is, by the way, hopefully going to be back next week for sectional play. 57 of 114, 790 yards and 4 touchdowns. Their leading receiver is Noah Wainscott, 21 receptions, 395 yards and 4 touchdowns. So we did see Hardiman warming up. We did see Wainscott warming up. We saw Trent Price warming up as well, a 6'1", 193-pound junior warming up. And we also saw the other player that we know will play tonight, and that is number 7, J. Reese Rogers, a sophomore, 6'1", 162. We did see him warming up. That's the best information I have for you at this time until we get this game started to see who is going to play for the Wildcats and who is not going to be playing in tonight's game. We will come back. We'll talk about the North Central Conference, the TEC, and we're just moments away from getting this one underway. Final game of the regular season, all right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft-Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond. Are you looking for the right place to work out? A place where you have several choices and can have fun at the same time? Well, that place is right here in Richmond, Family Fitness Works. Family Fitness Works has spinning, Zumba, kickboxing, core works, kick fit, body pump, body flow, and much, much more. And don't forget, Family Fitness Works also has Richmond's most extensive free weights and Nautilus in the area. Check out their website at familyfitness.com or stop by at 213 North 3rd Street in Richmond. You know, we mentioned the weather much different tonight. Last week at about this time, we were in Anderson. It was monsoon season, and we were only glad to be inside at that time because the wind was coming down. It was cold. It was it was definitely the nastiest night for high school football we have had this entire season. It's going to get you caught up what else is going on tonight in the North Central Conference. Anderson plays at McCutcheon. It's Harrison at Marion. Big matchup there. Harrison trying to get maybe a share of that conference championship. It had taken upset tonight as Tech plays at Lafayette Jeff. We'll talk about those standings in a moment. And Muncie Central is on the road at Logansport. So let me update you again with Richmond winning by forfeit over McCutcheon. The Red Devils are now 3-4 in the NCC. McCutcheon is 4-3 in North Central Conference play. Lafayette Jeff is 6-0. Marion 6-0. Harrison is at 5-1. Indianapolis Tech is at 4-2. Let me take that back. McCutcheon is actually 3-3 coming in. The Red Devils also at 3-3. Kokomo 2-4. Anderson at 1-5. Logansport at 0-6. And Muncie Central is also at 0-6 on the season. And again, the Red Devils winning last week 21-18 over the Anderson Indians. And let's check out the schedule tonight in the Tri-Eastern Conference. Of course, the big game this evening happening up in Fountain City. That is where Northeastern is hosting Hagerstown. We'll get you update on that throughout the night. Knightstown plays at Centerville tonight. South Decatur's at Lincoln. Union County is at Tri, and Winchester is on the road to Union City. Northeastern and Winchester, if both win tonight, they will share the championship this evening with that Winchester-Union City game. That's a rivalry. Keep an eye on that one tonight. But Northeastern and Winchester at 6-1. Knightstown is at 5-2. Centerville 4-3. Hagerstown, Union City at 3-4. Tri is at 2-5. Lincoln 2-6. Union County is at 1-6 on the season. Stay right there. We will come back. The kickoff is coming up in just a couple of moments. It's Richmond and Kokomo. All the action right here at Radio Troy Digital Sports. After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com.
Hey, this is Steve, and out at Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
Today's game brought to you in part by Mancino's Pizza and Grinders. Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads every day. They serve great food priced for family budgets. Mancino's Italian bread and pizza dough are made from scratch every day, and the baking process may take a little more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1166 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com. Well, as expected, a small crowd here tonight because both schools are on fall break. Kokomo is on a 2-week break. The Red Devils on a 1-week break, so a lot of people not here this evening. As we said, the band is not here, the cheerleaders not here, so from at least a crowd standpoint, most of the students aren't here either, so it's going to be a very small crowd for this one here tonight. Red Devils will get the football first, see what they can do offensively here tonight. Wyatt Bird, by the way, if you didn't know last week, carried the football 59 times against Anderson. Yes, 59 times, and I think he carried the football every time that the Red Devils had the ball in the second half. He basically said at halftime, give me the football, we'll win the game, and they did. Cole Boriff will tee it up at the 40-yard line. Marquise Johnson will be deep for the Red Devils. Wyatt Bird deep as well, and we are about ready to kick this one off. Here we go. Line drive kick. It'll be Bird at the 10. Bird finds a hole up the middle, 30, 35, 40, and all the way out to the 44-yard line. And a great start for Wyatt Bird. Boy, when I heard 59 carries in that game last week, and believe me, he was sore when it was all said and done, but he put the Red Devils on his back right when they needed him. The weather conditions were absolutely awful last week. Drew Van Vliet, 43 of 96, 601 yards and 5 touchdowns coming into tonight's game. He has thrown 7 interceptions. Both these teams will play spread football here tonight, just underway from Leibold Field, final game of the regular season. The pitch to Bird. Bird puts his head down into Kokomo territory, brought down at about the 48-yard line. Nolan Hansen makes the stop. The linebacker, 6 foot, 194 pounds. And will officially put the football again at the 49. Wyatt Bird now with 192 carries on the season. And he still isn't healthy coming into this one. Marquise Johnson, the jet sweep. Johnson inside the 45, will be brought down near the 43, depending on the spot of the football. And Richmond gets a first down. We'll put it at the 44. Big Deontay Young up front, 6 foot 267. One of those players that just really stuff things up the middle. Bronson Smith, one of the defensive ends. Keep an eye on him tonight as the Wildcats will play with a 4-man front, and they'll also disguise it with a 3-man front at times. But right now, 4 down linemen. Marquise to the near side, hand off to Wyatt. Wyatt inside the 40. 39-yard line for Wyatt. By the way, Drew has at least 21 yards passing in each of the 8 games this year, and again, just a freshman. And he has several different receivers to choose from if he chooses to do that. Red Devils have some good receivers. John Carter split wide to the left. Richmond working now with a tight end. That'll be Jewel Taylor. Handoff Wyatt, 35, puts his head down, balls over defender inside the 30. Richmond able to run the ball early. I was going to pick up, it was number 7 who got run over. That's going to be Rogers. J. Reese Rogers took the brunt of that hit from Wyatt Bird and the Red Devils, marching the football in their first possession here tonight. I think they pretty much know that after they got word of the McCutcheon game being forfeited to Richmond, they have a chance to win tonight. They could finish 4-3 in the North Central Conference. Van Vliet to throw. Marquise near side. Marquise, can he hold on? No. Boy, the ball just in and out of the hands of Marquise Johnson. He had coverage, one-on-one coverage with Shea Stewart. And we've got a whistle and a timeout on the field. So the Wildcats have called the timeout. We will take a break as well on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. No score, 9:31 to go, period number 1.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto, in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians, and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf, and I approve this message.
Back again here at Leibold Field after the Kokomo timeout. Red Devils will have it 2nd down and 10 at the Kokomo 28-yard line. For those of you watching tonight from the Kokomo area, thanks for being with us as well. I know your radio team is here tonight, and they have perhaps the best sports information department of anybody you would have across the state of Indiana. Terry Downham, who I've known for years, here again tonight, and the Wildcats now bringing one of their players off the field. That is Nolan Hansen. The official's a little slow in getting things going right here. The head official is still, in fact, he's now making his way back. You see him right there. He was making his way back and still is from the Kokomo sidelines. So I'm not sure what he's writing in his book there, but he's taking some notes as we await for action to begin again. We've had some times this year, some long delays between officials discussing things, mostly here. Don't have it too much on the road, but we seem to get a few of them here. Marquise Johnson to the near side. Carter split wide left. Tight end to the right as well, and there's some movement. So we have our first penalty flag of the night. That'll go against the Red Devils. Now they're working with Jewel Taylor as the tight end to the right. And he wears number 52, and he is a defensive end linebacker, kind of one of those guys that can play just about anywhere. But Red Devils have had some success working tight ends into their offense over the last couple of weeks, and it really worked out big time last week, right when they needed it in really bad weather. 2nd down and 15 now for Richmond. Wyatt Bird on the carry, finds a hole, 25 to the outside, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Richmond. Wyatt Bird with the score, and the Red Devils on top at 9:23. That'll officially go 34 yards and the touchdown. So Wyatt continues his assault on the North Central Conference defenses over the last couple of weeks. And now Gage Pewterbaugh, one of the best, in fact, the best punter in the North Central Conference. and has a heck of a strong leg, getting some notice because of his ability to kick long field goals, though the Red Devils haven't given him as many opportunities. The kick is on the way. It is good. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Richmond on top of this one, 7-0. This is Richmond football, Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hey, if you're looking for a great place to dine, how about Little Sheba's? Come join them in Richmond at 175 Fort Wayne Avenue and grab one of their gourmet pizzas, a deluxe sandwich, steak or fresh salad, and an ice-cold beer or your favorite wine. Featuring live music every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, and more in their smoke-free environment. You can get a 10% discount with a valid student ID. It's better than being home. For more information about Little Sheba's, give them a call at 962-2999.
Well, the Red Devils off to a good start. Impressive opening drive, and it was a lot of Wyatt Bird in that one, including the touchdown run that puts Richmond up in this one 7-0. So we'll see what changes will have been made for the Wildcats. We said their starting quarterback will not be playing tonight, but we were not given specific details of all of the different players that were not going to play because they had missed practice time during fall break. So your guess is as good as ours as the ball falls off the tee. There's virtually no wind here tonight, so that's not going to be a factor. In fact, overall, it's a pretty nice night. Well, now the Red Devils approach the football, but you're not supposed to touch it. You got to stop a little bit quicker right there if you can. So now we're just going to hold it. This one squibbed along the ground. One of the upbacks at about the 33 on the return. Breaks a tackle there and will be brought down. In fact, ended up losing a yard or two on that return. That was 27. Patrick Hardiman on the return. So we're going to see the Wildcats offense. And now the mystery will be over. We'll find out who is and who isn't playing as we go along here for the first time tonight in the Wildcats offensive rotation. Jewel Taylor for the Red Devils. Branton Thomas up front. Equavian Allen leads the team in sacks with 4 coming in. Blaine Pierce. Those are the 4 guys up front. Haynes, by the way, one of the leading tacklers in the North Central Conference in the lineup. And it will be the freshman starting tonight. And there's a tackle right out of the chute. That's going to be Torian Smith, a junior, getting the call. He is tackled immediately, and they're going to lose yardage. The quarterback will be Evan Barker, a freshman, 6 foot, 172. So both teams starting freshman quarterbacks here tonight. Loss of 5, second down and 15. Kokomo out of the spread again. Smith gets stopped immediately. Jewel Taylor. So Smith will get dropped at about the 26. By the way, looks like the offensive line is intact other than the center, Chris White. Instead, they have started Dalton Berry, number 55, as the center here this evening. Fourth, actually should be third down. The board says fourth down. It's third down and 17. Barker again out of the shotgun. His first throw of the night, and it is off the mark. It was intended for number 11, Noah Wainscott, and Kokomo's first offensive possession, not a good one. And the Red Devils will get the football back. Wyatt Bird will be the deep man. Cole Boriff will be punting the football away. If the Boriff name sounds familiar, Richmond used to have a very nice man, Dr. Alan Boriff, as their superintendent, who was here for several years. He drops the football. Richmond jumps on it inside the 20. Brenton Thomas, the senior. And Richmond's going to have excellent field position right here. So Brandon Thomas comes up with the fumble recovery as A tough one by Cole Boriff. And now the Red Devils will have it. Let's call it first down and 10. The football is at the 18-yard line. I'm still trying to figure out what the guys are doing downstairs. They have the football at the 22. That's 4 yards difference. It's at the 18-yard line, not the 22. So now the Red Devils a chance to put 6 more, maybe 7 more on the board right here. Wyatt Bird, the tailback. Van Vliet gives it off to Wyatt, and he's going to get dropped in the backfield. Nope, it's going to be the keeper by the quarterback. Great play by Van Vliet. He did a great job keeping that fake and running it out. As about 3 different players, including yours truly, went after Wyatt Bird. Van Vliet was the one who kept the football, and he's going to get down to the 9-yard line. That was a great fake, and carrying that out as Eli Irvin comes in the lineup and John Carter will sit down. Richmond really playing with a lot of confidence early. Now our camera person got faked out, but normally she's drinking so much that sometimes it's hard to tell. Second down and 1. Van Vliet will give it to Wyatt. Wyatt starts to his left and then brought down around the 6. May have gotten to the 5-yard line.
Number 11, Wyatt Bird, gain of 4 on the play. Good enough for a Red Devil. First down.
First down, Richmond. Is that the second drinking reference you've had tonight? Oh, I've dissed you twice tonight. Red Devils keep changing personnel coming out of the Red Devil lineup. This time they're going to go a little bit smaller as LaMarcus Thompson comes out. 6:22 to go. Richmond knocking on the door once again here in the opening quarter of play. Wyatt Bird, the lone setback. Wyatt gets the call up the middle. Touchdown, Richmond. So Wyatt Bird coming off a 59 carry performance last week, now giving the Red Devils an early 13-0 lead over Kokomo here tonight. After the muffed punt attempt, and the Red Devils doing their job. So now Gage Pewterbaugh will come in to attempt the extra point. 6:10 remaining. It is perfect. Richmond on top of this one on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. 14-0. This is Richmond football. Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Finding a used car dealership you can trust is not an easy thing to do. But for me, the choice was almost too easy. How about Tony's Car Sales in Richmond? Hi, this is Troy Narangowski. You know, I purchased my last 2 cars from Tony's, and I couldn't have been happier with their service. They didn't pressure me, and they worked me through the entire process. Hey, if you're in the market for a great used vehicle, get to Tony's Car Sales in Richmond, 250 National Road West. For more information, give them a call at 962-5665 or go to their website, tonyscarsales.com.
Well, the early mistakes hurting the Wildcats. I should say early mistake on the punt. But the Red Devils take advantage of that mistake and end up getting another 7 points on the board. Richmond again teeing it up at the 40. Gage Pewterbaugh. Another one squibbed along the ground. Hopefully it stays in bounds. He will be touched by the Wildcats, and I think he may have kept it in play. Number 46, Howard, a sophomore, backup wide receiver, defensive back. So the Wildcats will have the football for the second time here tonight. With no band here tonight at halftime, we'll take a peek at college football and the NFL coming up this weekend. Next week, we're back here against Newcastle in the opening round of the sectional tournament. 6:06 to go in the opening period of play. Wildcats will look to throw. This one in the air. They have a man, and it's dropped at the 45-yard line. Just out of the reach, perhaps, of The receiver, Wayne Scott, who had coverage. In fact, he had beat the Red Devils easily. I thought maybe that one was going to be catchable, but just out of his reach. So Barker showing his ability to throw the football, just a freshman, as we'd mentioned. Second down and 10. If you're going to try to hit a team deep early, do it on that first down. High snap, handoff. Not a lot of room over the other side. Haynes is there for the Red Devils. Also Blaine Pierce. Smith on the carry. Now, we knew that Nolan Hansen was moved to running back if they need him. So apparently Ples Lawrence, Sam Beatty, two guys we thought would see some time tonight, are not here or not playing, whatever the case may be. So Hansen and Smith are the two primary carriers for the Wildcats here tonight. 5:24 to go. They'll look to throw. Wobbly pass. Ball's going to be caught. Nowhere to go, though. Good defense. Richmond right there. That is Vincent Narcisse to make the stop. Barker's pass was a wobbly pass. It's going to be shy of a first down by about 3 yards. And so Kokomo again will have to give up the football. You know, Wyatt, the way he is running the football, he comes into this one tonight, 5th in the NCC, 867 yards. He could very well move up that ladder with the way he's playing tonight. We'll have official numbers coming up. There's a block punt, and the Red Devils are going to jump on this one too. So the Wildcats special teams really struggling here tonight as the Red Devils come up again with another big play. We'll have excellent field position. Well, Cole Boriff is having a rough night tonight, the sophomore. So the Red Devils got him once on the drop, this time on the block. I didn't see who got a hand on it, but the Red Devils able to get a block this time and have the football at about the 27-yard line. Van Vliet will throw. Safe pass to Eli Irvin. Irvin, the cutback to the inside. He's at the 20 and will be brought down there. He's going to be shy of a first down. Looks like a gain of about 9. You know, the Red Devils, we'd mentioned, they have several guys that can catch the football. Eli Irvin, very sure-handed young man, but Marquise Johnson is their speedster. He had that opening game that was just a great game to start the season with 3 touchdowns against Connersville. He hasn't been the same since, but here is Wyatt Bird. Bird finds a hole over the left side inside the 5, down to maybe the 4-yard line. And Wyatt Bird doing it again for the Red Devils. Richmond really mixing things up now here in the opening period, and they're threatening to blow this thing wide open here in the opening quarter. Another Richmond first down as the Red Devils will have it first and goal at the 4-yard line. Can I guess it might be Wyatt Bird again? That offensive line opening up some big holes. Bird got the call. He's going to lose a yard to the 5. Kokomo able to smell that one out pretty quick. So that'll be second down. Again, football knows that the football will be placed right at the 5-yard line. Well, we're only hoping that next week when Richmond gets a chance to host Newcastle, it'll be a night like tonight, a little bit cool, but still a very good night for high school football. Carter to the left. Johnson to the near side. Tight end right. 3 minutes and change to go. Second down and goal from the 5. Here is Wyatt again. Wyatt behind blockers. Touchdown, Richmond. Wyatt Bird his 3rd touchdown, and the Red Devils now lead this one 20-0. So Richmond putting it to the Wildcats here tonight. You know, people may say, well, listen, Kokomo missing a lot of players. You know what? After Richmond has gone through what they've gone through over the last couple of years, I don't think they care. Wyatt Bird will be the holder for Gage Pewterbaugh, and the Red Devils will fake it and throw to the end zone and just out of the outstretched arms as Richmond tried to go to Marquise Johnson. And so Richmond still able to get 20 on the board so far here in the opening quarter of play. 2:52 remaining here in the first on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Red Devils with a commanding 20-0.
Our community, it's where we live, it's where we work, it's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
A reminder, tonight's game being brought to you in part by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week, you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors, only $3.50. Every Thursday, the Italian BMT, Friday, the tuna, Saturday, the Black Forest ham. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. Wyatt Bird, 3 touchdowns here tonight, and the Red Devils lead it 20-0, 2:52 remaining. Ball squibbed along the ground. It will go out of bounds, and the flag is down. That is just the second penalty flag we have seen here tonight. Evan Barker getting the start for the injured Andres Beignet. He is out. He's here tonight. We saw him on the sidelines and out when the Kokomo offense was working early in pregame. Put the football at the 35. So now the Wildcats trying to get something going on offense. Some of you that haven't seen the Wildcats in a while, running a spread offense is really unusual. Here comes the blitz. Aquavian Allen gets him first, and then here they come. Pierce comes in. Also coming in, Jewel Taylor, but the first one was Aquavian Allen, one of the leaders in sacks in the North Central Conference. There is a flag down. Hopefully that's not against the Red Devils. They were coming in hard. Face mask against Richmond. Ouch.
Penalties on the Red Devils, personal foul, face mask.
Well, the Red Devils will not get the benefit of the sack right there. They'll get marked off the 15-yard penalty. So this is Kokomo's best field position by far here in the first quarter. 2:45 to go.
First down, Kokomo.
You're going to tell me that last play only took 7 seconds? Wildcats 4 wide. Barker out of the shotgun. Running room over the right side into Richmond territory. Up the right sideline, he gets loose. That's Smith, and Smith finally going out of bounds. So the Wildcats, their biggest play offensively of the night. And they'll say he went out at the 11-yard line. Richmond will have to contain to the outside, and boy, that's one thing about it. If you're going to play the outside linebacker or the defensive end on that side, you must contain and force those guys back to the inside where you have a little more help. Thompson is out of the Red Devil lineup. First down and 10 now for the Wildcats at the Richmond 11. The pitch, ball is loose, and does Richmond have it? Nope, they're going to say that's a forward pass, so it's an incomplete pass. I'm not sure if that was supposed to be Wayne Scott, the receiver who was to come in and take the pitch, but Barker went ahead and threw that football ahead, but nobody was there to get it. So now second down and 10. Clock is now 3. Take that back, 2:25 to go here in period number 1. Boy, that would have been huge. So the Wildcats know tonight, already spotting Richmond 20 points in the opening period. They've got to get something on the board right here. They'll look to throw. Boy, that bounces in. It's going to be is they're going to say that can't be a complete pass. It bounced to Wayne Scott. Now, I haven't seen a football game yet played like that where you can bounce it to him, but why not try? Yeah, I want some different rules in football, so you get one bounce. Now, Barker had Wayne Scott wide open. I'm not sure if he just gripped that ball too hard. I know sometimes when you're a little bit tight, you have a tendency to hold onto that football a little bit too hard. So now the Wildcats 3rd down and 10. They get a first down still on this drive. Here's the pitch now to Smith. Smith to the outside at the 5 and gets into the end zone for the touchdown. And I don't see any flags down, and the Wildcats get on the board as Torian Smith will score from 11 yards out, and it's now 20-6. Richmond at times this year, they've had some difficulties containing the run, especially to running backs that are faster to the outside, but Richmond did not contain very well. So the extra point, here's Borf in to attempt the extra point now. 2:11 to go. And the kick is no good. So the Wildcats do get the touchdown, but they will not get the extra point on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Kokomo gets their first points on the board, but they trail at 20-6.
New Vision Sports is a program that will focus on the training and improvement of the serious-minded athlete. It includes all ages and skill levels. They'll create a customized workout plan to provide an ongoing motivation and support program that'll help you achieve your training goals. There are 3 reasons to train with New Vision Sports: variety, specificity, and accountability. New Vision Sports. Give them a call at 977-5831 or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z.
You know, we've had 26 points scored, 2 teams that only, in fact, neither of these 2 teams even averaged 20 points per game. We've had 26 points between the 2 of them here in the first. Richmond will get the football back. Borf will tee it up at the 40. You know, Richmond potentially could play the next 2 weeks at home if Mount Vernon wins their opening round game and Richmond wins against Newcastle next week. We could be right back here for 2 more weeks of high school football. Johnson and Bird are deep. Borf will put a leg into this one. Bird will watch that one sail over his head into the end zone, and that will be a touchback. We were talking with Tony Sonsini in our pregame, and one thing he said, they're maybe the healthiest they've been all season long, as they have had, like many teams, had to battle some injuries, including their running back. Wyatt Bird has been banged up all year long, but even last week, 59 carries. That was just outrageous. But he said at halftime, they asked him, and he said, go ahead and give me the football, and you do, we'll win, and they did. Van Vliet, hands off. Nope, well, Van Vliet's going to keep it himself to the 20. He does a really good job of carrying out his fakes, and that's going to be no gain, we'll say, 2nd down and 10. 1:57 remaining. Eli Irvin will trot back into the Red Devil lineup. You know, the Red Devils earlier in the year, if you've been watching Richmond football, they had Van Vliet running back and forth from the huddle to the sidelines instead of letting a receiver bring the play in. Well, they changed that. So now the Red Devils have receivers bringing the play in. They'll have 2 split wide to the left. Johnson single coverage to the near side. Van Vliet. Ball caught by Irvin, and Eli will get dropped. He might get a yard. So now the Red Devils face with a 3rd down and 9. Eli trying to make something happen after the catch. By the way, we are keeping an eye on live chat. Well, she is. I said you're keeping an eye on live chat. She didn't know that until just now. I see you have it going, so if you want to let us know where you're watching from. Johnson, Irvin to the near side. Maitland in as well. Van Vliet over the middle. Ball caught at the 30. It should be a first down and is as the Red Devils throw over the middle. They don't do it very often, but they found their man this time as Richmond gets a first down. That was number 3, John Carter.
Good enough for a Red Devil first down.
No, that wasn't Marquise. That was John Carter. John, the 5'11", 170-pound sophomore. Johnson had the single coverage to the near side, so the guys downstairs didn't give Carter credit on that one. We will. 13 seconds remaining. First down, football at the 35-yard line. Hand off Wyatt. Wyatt will get about 3 there. And that's going to do it for the opening period of play. A very good opening period for the Red Devils. Kokomo coming back, getting 6 on the board at the end of 1 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Red Devils lead it 20-6.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters, a division of Richmond Power and Light.
So 26 ready for period number 2. We had been told that Julian Holguin is watching from Indiana Wesleyan University, where Julian now is studying and also a football player. Julian was quite an athlete for this team a year ago. Second down and 7. Handoff to Bird. Bird gets gang tackled at about the 43-yard line.
Ball carries number 11, Wyatt Bird, gain of 5 on the play. Third down.
Get you some official numbers here in that first quarter. Red Devils had 6 first downs, 3 first downs for the Wildcats. The Red Devils 101 yards on the ground. Kokomo had only 36, and now Richmond has an injured player. And, boy, that's Jewel Taylor. That's a young man you want to keep in the lineup on both sides of the football. So while he is down, I'm going to go ahead and run down some of the other numbers. The Red Devils, 17 plays in that opening quarter, 124 yards of total offense. The Wildcats, 12 plays for 42 yards, but they got most of that on that Torian Smith run. Red Devils, 8 minutes and 3 seconds time of possession, doubling up what Kokomo had at 3:57. So that's good news as Jewel Taylor is up. Wyatt Bird, 87 yards, 3 touchdowns in that opening quarter. Torian Smith leading Kokomo, 5 carries for 49 yards. Van Vliet, 3 of 4 for 23 yards in that opening period of play. So, Jewel Taylor off the field, and hopefully he's okay. The Red Devils have it now. 3rd down and 1. And a flag goes down. That may be against Richmond, and it is. That'll be a false start. Movement up front, so the Red Devils backed up 5 yards, so it'll be 3rd down and 6, and we'll put it at the 39. By the way, Clayton Raper, Tim Ortiz, Blaine Pierce, Branton Thomas, Cooper Vandevender, all up front. Of course, those guys can intertwine at about anywhere on that offensive line. They've had to all season long. They've had some injuries as well. That's John Carter in motion. Handoff to Wyatt. He's going to lose yardage. That was smelled out pretty well by that Kokomo defense. Looked like that may have been Miles Lenore, the outside linebacker, a junior, to make the stop. So now the Red Devils will punt the football away for the first time tonight, as Gage Pewterbaugh will stand at about his own 22. Wildcats have just one player deep. That'll be Stewart. Stewart will let it go, and that's going to be a nice bounce all the way down to the 10-yard line. Should be 56 yards. A 56-yard punt by Gage Pewterbaugh, and the football just shy of that 11-yard line. So the Red Devils will get it back, 10:20 to go here in the quarter. Take that back. The Wildcats get it back with 10:20 to go here in the second quarter. By the way, if you notice, Tony Sonsini's left hand is a little banged up. He ended up doing some go-kart racing and ended up wrecking. Hurt his left hand. Quick throw to the outside, bubble screen, ball caught and brought down near the 21-yard line. On the reception, Patrick Hardiman. Hardiman 6'2", 179, just a freshman. So one freshman, Barker, to the other freshman, Hardiman. $9:50 remaining here in the second quarter. 4 wide now for the Wildcats. Their success tonight has come off the run. Smith had that big run earlier. This time they'll throw it out in the flat. Ball's going to be caught and then driven out of bounds on the far side. That was Stewart once again. Stewart just a sophomore. And now the Wildcats second down at about 8. We mentioned not a big crowd here tonight either way because we are on fall break both sides. So you don't hear as many fans here tonight as you normally would. So let's call it second down at about 6. There's some movement again. This will go against the Wildcats. Now again, they're using Barker in there, the backup freshman quarterback, so I doubt he's had a ton of reps this season. Football will be marked inside the 20. So now it'll be second down and about 11. Barker working out of the shotgun. Man in motion. Here is the tailback, Smith. Smith able to get to the outside. They had him contained, but not enough as he's able to get to the outside and get a Kokomo first down to about the 32, 33-yard line. Cody Westerman was leading the blocking on the near side. Boy, the Red Devils had a chance to stop him, perhaps for no gain, maybe even a loss. And again, that containment to the outside hurting Richmond. Rogers back in, number 7. So now the Wildcats have 3 wide to the left. And there's another flag down.
Flag on the play. Ball start on Kokomo.
They had Trent Price in the lineup there for the moment. They brought him out at the last second, but they didn't get everybody set. So quarterback Barker over now to talk to his offensive coordinators. The football's moved now back to the 27-yard line. You know, the one thing about not having very many people here, you can hear everybody. The very vocal fans right below us. 8:18 to go here in the second. Smith will stand as the lone setback. Barker to throw, puts it in the air. It is up for grabs, intercepted. Eli Irvin inside the 20. Richmond, another big turnover. Boy, Eli, all he had to do was wait for it to come down. Looks like we may have a flag down. If that, the way the Red Devils are acting, it's going to go against them. They're all backing up. Boy, you would think that that might have been after the play, but again, the way the Red Devils are backing up on this one, they're acting like it'll go back to the Wildcats. So now we wait. And we wait. Well, they're going to see a chop block, but I'm not sure why that would negate the interception unless they say it happened at some point before the throw was made. But I'm not really sure why that would be taken away from Richmond.
Penalties against the Red Devils.
So that'll put it at the 37.
15-yard penalty.
Staying tuned in to the Red Devils from Tampa, Florida. Great to have you here tonight, all the way from Tampa. I wish I were in Tampa right now. It's a lot warmer. The pitch. Red Devils pursue, but still yardage gained by Smith out to the 40. I think that the Red Devils sideline may have just gotten warned by the line judge. One of the coaches ended up being told to back away. So the Red Devils, not only do they not get to the interception, they get the chop block penalty, and the Wildcats get second life here at 7:20 to go in the second period. Barker will have Smith in the backfield. Now there's some movement again up front, and Richmond may have jumped. So right now Richmond,
Flag on the play, offside.
that's Aquavian Allen. So they have two big penalties in this drive, both on the Red Devils. The chop block, and that took the interception away. And now the Wildcats will get a first down here at the 45-yard line. Hagerstown Northeastern were tied at 6. Well, you're expecting that one to be a tough one. Barker to throw, and that might have been partially blocked at the line of scrimmage by Blaine Pierce. Yep, Pierce got a piece of it. Blaine at about 6'2", the senior, starting all 4 years and playing a lot of defense for the last couple of seasons. I think he was pretty much primarily the center for the Red Devils since his freshman year. But he got a paw on that one to knock it down. 6:45 remaining. Here in period 2. Barker, the freshman, now will put Smith to his left. Quick hitter. Big gain and knocked out of bounds on the far side. Good job by Richmond in pursuit. Looked like Hardiman on the reception. Nope, take that back. They'll say Stewart made the catch. And one of the coaches on the sideline got drilled on that play that went out of bounds. Boy, that is always so dangerous when you're one of those coaches or one of the players standing on the sidelines, and here comes the play. If you don't get out of the way, you're going to take a big hit, and Stewart did. If I'm not mistaken, it looked like it was Gabe Crow who made that hard hit that finally finished off the play. Gabe, for the Red Devils, not a big body, but a hard hitter. One of the Red Devil defensive backs. 3rd down and 6. Wildcats trying to make it a little closer here before halftime. Roll out throw, and just off the extended arms of Trent Price. Had a little opening here on the near side. Price cannot bring it in. And now the Wildcats face with a 4th down and 6. Well, now decision time. Try to flip the field right here and then let your defense hold. Force a punt, maybe get better field position, or do you go ahead and go for it right here? They have not made a decision as of yet, but the play clock is down to 7 seconds. I have a feeling they'll wait, call a timeout, and they do. So the Wildcats get the timeout. They will have 1 timeout remaining here in the first half of play on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Red Devils on top, 20-6.
The Purdue Polytechnic Institute in Richmond is part of a statewide network that offers the same technology degrees available in West Lafayette. The benefit of earning your degree at the Richmond location is that the campus is small enough to provide you with dedicated one-to-one attention while you earn your degree from Purdue University. Purdue Polytechnic of Richmond. Give them a call at 973-8228 or go to their website for more information at polytechnic.purdue.edu.
Well, the timeout by the Wildcats. We'll see what decision they have made as they're back out on the field, and I believe they're going to go and go for it. So they have more confidence in their defense. So the Red Devils will perhaps come up with a big play right here, or the Wildcats will keep the play going. Smith, the lone setback. Barker to throw. Here they come, and he throws it to the sideline, but it's going to be out of bounds. Great pressure put on by Richmond's defense. The pass was intended for Wayne Scott, but he caught the ball. He was out of bounds, and so the Wildcats gamble at 4th down and 6, and Richmond will get it back. And plenty of time with 5:58 remaining here in this second quarter. We mentioned at halftime we'll take a look at what's happening in college football this weekend. In fact, Northwestern and Ohio State playing tonight up in Evanston. All the other games primarily tomorrow, and the NFL weekend coming up as well. Wyatt in motion, Van Vliet to throw, now tucks it under. He'll get a yard or so. That's a pretty good coverage downfield. They were looking toward Johnson on that right side. It looked like they also had Sakai Maitland over there. Couldn't get it to him. So now the Red Devils with 2nd down and 9. All 26 points were scored in that opening period. We have been in a drought for the last nearly 8 minutes now here in the second. So again, 2nd down and 9, Van Vliet. Wyatt on the carry, 45 down to about the 43. It's still hard to believe that Wyatt was even able to walk last week after carrying the football 59 times against Anderson. We believe that's a school record, by the way. If anybody knows, you can certainly send us some information on who has the most carries in a game, but I can't imagine that anybody, no matter how many great running backs Richmond has had, they've had anybody carry the football 59 times and survive. Red Devils have trips to the right. 3rd down and 6. Wyatt, 1st down and more. 35 down to the 33-yard line. Nolan Hansen, one of those in there to make the stop for the Wildcats. This time Van Vliet coming over from the sidelines. Trying to get another update on some of those games that are going on tonight. Our biggest interest is in that Northeastern and Hagerstown game. Wyatt on the carry again inside the 30 down to about the 28.
second down.
As far as carries in a game? Well, I'm not asking who the best is. I'm asking how many carries in a game. Second down and 5. Handoff Wyatt, and Wyatt gets hit immediately. He will go down. Looks like no gain on this one as Bronson Smith there to make the stop. Brenton Thomas will come back in for the Red Devils. They'll look to beef things up front. Also re-entering the Richmond lineup, Jewel Taylor. When you see those two guys come in with this offensive line, you pretty much know it's going to be a run play. Richmond still plenty of time on the play clock, down to 9. Big third down and 5. And they'll give it to Bird. Sweep to the right. 25, flag is down, and that's probably going to be a hold right there. The fans, the ones that are in the stands, want to see him throw a little more. It is a hold.
10-yard penalty.
It can be a rough crowd. But try the veal on Thursdays. That's right. Football back to the 39. I still think high school officials should be mic'd up and tell us who the penalty is on.
He's saying look at Claiborne's stats on Max Preps. He thinks he might be
So now it'll be third down and 15. Van Vliet looking left. Here they come from behind. Van Vliet gets rid of it. Thrown is an interception. The big guy up front, Young. Young will get run down for the moment, then stripped away by Wyatt Bird. Bird has it at the 50, the 45, 40, 35, 30. It'll be a first down for the Red Devils, down to the 20. What a bizarre set of plays right there. First, it was Deontay Young getting the interception. Then Wyatt Bird comes back, strips it out of his hands, makes a return. But I think that they're going to call that on Kokomo if there is a flag down, and there is. All the way back to the 50. There it is right there. So change of possession on the interception. A personal foul will be called against the Wildcats. So Richmond's going to get excellent field position out of this. So you have the interception by Deontay Young. On his return, Wyatt Bird strips it out of his hands. So that's a fumble. He brings it all the way back, gets tackled at about the 20, and now a personal foul penalty called against the Wildcats. The good news is you get a chance to go back and see it. That's right. You can go back a little bit and watch it. Tell me what I might have missed. Down to the 10. Wow, I don't think I've seen that before. If I have, it doesn't happen very often. Richmond keeps the football after the change of possession. So now the Red Devils first and goal from the 10-yard line. DeMarco Owens in the backfield. They'll hand it to Owens. Owens at the 5 and brought down near the 4.
Ball carries number 44, DeMarco Owens.
DeMarco, just a sophomore, 5'8", 200 pounds.
7 on the play, second and goal.
So now the Red Devils have the football at around the 4-yard line. 2:05 to go. Boy, how wild was that? Halftime, Hagerstown 6, Northeastern 6. That's huge. Red Devils again. This time it'll be Wyatt. Wyatt fumbles the football, but Richmond gets it back. Boy, that would have been big.
Wyatt Bird fumble recovered by Richmond.
Looked like Van de Vender made the recovery. Keep an eye on that clock, fellas. 1:30 to go. Richmond still has all their timeouts remaining. Wildcats look to strip the football, but now it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 12-yard line. Owens will stay in the backfield along with Wyatt Bird. Van Vliet to throw. In pattern, and the ball's caught by Carter. Touchdown, Richmond. So the Red Devils, after the bizarre play, the interception, the fumble recovery, the penalty, they get 6 on the board again, and the Red Devils now lead at 26-6, and Gage Pewterbaugh will come in to attempt the extra point. The kick is on the way, and it appears to be good, and it is. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Red Devils lead at 27-6.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation, and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
We're back at Leibold Field. Great to have you with us. Cool night, but a nice night as we're down to the final game of the regular season. The Red Devils got the good news earlier. They picked up the win over McCutcheon because of the forfeit. Red Devils win tonight. They guarantee themselves of a above 500 record in the North Central Conference, after just not able to win games in the NCC over the last couple of years. And I would think, however you look at the voting for NCC Coach of the Year, you'd have to think that maybe in the discussion a little bit might be Tony Sonsini. Coach of the Year? I know he won't probably get it. They generally give it as that's a line drive kick, one of the upbacks on the return. Ball is loose, but I think the return man, Rogers, gets it back. And generally, you see the guy that wins the championship get it. Lafayette Jeff and Marion, both those coaches, chance to certainly put that in their trophy case. But I got to look at the overall picture, and I know the Red Devils didn't play well against Jeff. I mean, bottom line is nobody plays very well against Lafayette Jeff. They got beat by Marion. Couple of ranked teams in this state, but for Tony to step in his first year and potentially go 4-3 in the conference. 52 seconds remaining. Wildcats could be their final possession. This one thrown over the middle, and ball is going to be caught. Hardiman is there, makes a nice catch at about the 47. He's slow to get up. Man knocked the wind out of him as he fell on the football. He either got the wind knocked out of him or may have pulled a groin muscle going for that low throw. Want to remind you that tonight's game brought to you in part by Jason Wise of Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. He has an idea for an alternative fundraiser for your school group or nonprofit. If you list, buy, or refer a customer and mention this promotion, he'll donate 10% of what he makes on that transaction to the school group or nonprofit of your choice in your name. Tell your friends, family, and colleagues to mention this offer when listing with Jason Wise at Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. 27 seconds remaining. Barker to throw. Near sideline. Up for grabs. Guiley with the interception. Richmond gets it back. Boy, Guiley, all he had to do, too, was wait for that one to come down. 18.9 seconds remaining. Eli Irvin had that earlier interception taken away, but Jack Guiley will get this one. Richmond in need a big play right here in order to get anything, but they still have the 3 timeouts remaining.
Over on their own 20, first down.
Marquise Johnson would be your big play guy, split wide to the right. Of course, Wyatt Bird can bust one at any time. Van Vliet will find Carter. The pitch to Wyatt, and he will go out of bounds, or they're going to say he stayed in bounds. Little hook and ladder action here on the near side. "14 seconds remaining. Well, the good thing about that play is you gain yardage, you got a first down, you got out of bounds, you still have 3 timeouts remaining. Now, Gage Peterbaugh, if you can get it to about the 35, I think he has a chance to hit it. That'd be a 45-yard attempt. I think Peterbaugh can hit it from 45. Question is, can the Red Devils get into field goal position? Hand off to Wyatt. I think they're going to be safe right here and just say, you know what, let's go into the locker room. And that's what they're going to do. We are at the end of the first half, and it was a very good first half for Red Devil fans here tonight. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard at halftime, Richmond 27, Kokomo 6. We'll come back. Our halftime report is coming up in a moment. This is Richmond Football, Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Looking for the home of your dreams? This spacious property offers over 4,600 square feet of living space, featuring 5 bedrooms, with 3 full and 1 half bathroom. This property is currently listed for under $270,000. For more information or to schedule a showing, please contact the listing team.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994. For over a century, Richmond Power and Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, they are advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. Richmond Power and Light provides reliable, low-cost energy and technology services in a customer-focused, environmentally responsible, safety-conscious manner. Richmond Power and Light. Together we make powerful partners.
Think about the moments in your life, moments you might miss if you become ill. People often ignore their own health, even when their body is telling them something isn't right. Routine health screenings could be the difference between catching it early when it's more treatable or waiting until it's too late. Make time to have an annual wellness visit. Keep up with routine screenings so you don't miss out on any of your moments. Reed Health's team of experts can keep you in control of your health, making sure you stay right where you belong. Reed Health, right beside you.
Are you tired of your current IT company prices going up every month? Do you get only 4 or 5 hours included in your contract before you're charged overages or per hour fees? Midwest IT Support has set pricing that allows you to budget for your business with no contracts or overages. It's all included. You get a full IT staff without hiring a full-time person. Call us for a free quote. We make IT easy. Call 765-239-9668 or email us at helpdesk@midwestitsupport.com.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly update from the IHSAA Commissioner himself, Bobby Cox. Now for the inside scoop on what's happening day to day with the IHSAA. Here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Bobby Cox.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox. Bobby, it's fall. It feels like fall. It's football weather. And we want to talk about football in the IHSAA, obviously week number 9 of the regular season coming up. But unified football is something that you at the IHSAA, your staff, your member institutions, and more importantly, the student athletes around our state have embraced as a cause, and they have done a fantastic job. And it's going to be highlighted here coming up this week.
You're right, Bob. Our second annual Unified Flag Football State Championship will be held at Grand Park in the Event Center in Westfield, Indiana. High noon kickoff between McCutcheon and Mooresville, two schools that weren't even in our tournament last year and now will be contesting a state championship. It's part of the Special Olympics partnership that we have and of our Champions Together program that is really run by the students from the Student Advisory Committee in the partnership with Special Olympics Indiana. Our second championship, it's a wonderful program. We started last year with 24 schools. This year we had 37 schools in the tournament, and we know that it will continue to grow. And so we'll culminate the fall unified season with the championships at Grand Park at noon on Saturday.
You know, we've talked about this before in our conversations, and you know, it is, as you point out, a student-driven initiative. And I think you and the staff and everyone involved with the IHSAA and the member institutions have to be overwhelmed at how the students around our state have not only embraced this, they have literally run with the ball, bad cliche notwithstanding, and it is an extremely important event for all of them.
It is, Bob. The reality is what we're trying to do is create a culture of inclusion and understanding. You know, students that attend our schools that have intellectual disabilities, they love their high schools just like regular education students. They just, before this time, have never had an opportunity to represent their school. Unified Sports and the program we do with Champions Together allows that representation to occur. And so what we have are students with and without intellectual disabilities participating together in Unified Flag Football, Unified Track and Field, which are sponsored by the IHSA, Unified Bowling, and Unified Bocce, which is sponsored by Special Olympics Indiana. Mm-hmm. Together we offer 4 sports where these young people can represent their high school and be a part of the mainstream. And I can't think of anything that's more important than including all students in the high school experience. And so we have been able to do that through these sports. It's very rewarding. It's the right thing to do, and we'll have a great championship on Saturday.
Bobby Cox joining us, talking about Unified Flag Football Championship coming up this weekend at Grand Park. McCutcheon and Mooresville playing for the championship. I have an occasion, as you do, certainly when I'm at basketball games in the winter, to be able to see some of these schools during their unified nights, and it's an overwhelming experience. It's so much fun, and it's great to be a part of, just as a spectator. But I can't imagine what it's like for the kids and the parents and everybody involved in it at their particular schools.
Well, all along the time that these students with intellectual disabilities have been in our schools, they've been told no, and now they're finally being told yes. And if you've lived that life where you're a parent of one of these children who have been told no their whole career, and now all of a sudden they're playing at halftime before 1,000 people in a gymnasium, and everybody's standing up and cheering, and these kids are out there making baskets and being a part of the festivities, I don't think any of us can really fully understand how important that is. And it's part of a bigger Champions Together program that we've been working with Special Olympics here over the past 7 years. This week I've had an opportunity to participate at a convocation at South Ripley High School, where they were recognized for being one of 14 schools statewide to receive the National Unified Champion School, a tall bar to reach 10 different pillars that the school had to meet to get this recognition. Today, the entire school student body was in the gymnasium to recognize these young people. They were the state unified bowling champions last season. I can't think of a better way to bring high school kids together and communities together than what happened today and what happened at South Ripley. And I just am honored to be a part of it, and it's very enjoyable and rewarding to watch it unfold.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox. This is our weekly conversation about all things IHSAA. Great stuff, Commissioner. Congratulations. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Bob. You too.
Summit Computer Systems is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware service, support, design services, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and more. Summit Computers, 1427 Chester Boulevard in Richmond. Give them a call at 939-2120. After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com.
Back here at halftime report, 27-6. Red Devils on top. We'll give you your first half numbers coming up in just a couple of moments. Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Excel Center of Richmond. It is a tuition-free public charter high school for adults. The Excel Center provides adults the opportunity to earn a Core 40 high school diploma, industry-recognized certifications, as well as college credit, all at no cost, and they have free child care. The Excel Center is operated by Goodwill Education Initiatives, a nonprofit created by Goodwill of Central and Southern Indiana. If you need more information on what the Excel Center is all about, we urge you to contact them. The Excel Center here in Richmond, you can go to their website as well and get a lot of information if you're looking to maybe get back to high school and get that high school diploma or certification you have been missing. First half numbers, again, the Red Devils with 9 first downs, 6 for Kokomo. The Red Devils finished with 23 rushes in the first half, 127 yards. Kokomo 10 for 55, and the Red Devils had 40 yards passing. Kokomo finished with 28, so the Red Devils, 167 yards of total offense, held the Wildcats to 83 yards of total offense in the first half of play. Individually for Kokomo, Torian Smith finished with 7 carries and 64 yards and a touchdown. He was by far their leading carrier. Evan Barker, 4 of 21, or take that back, 4 of 12 with an interception and 28 yards in the first half. He was sacked just one time. And Hardiman, his favorite receiver in the first half, 2 receptions for 18 yards. And Nolan Hansen led the team in tackles with 7 in the first half. Wyatt Bird, 18 carries, 107 yards, and 3 touchdowns, averaged 5.9 yards per carry. Drew Van Vliet, 5 of 7, had an interception and a touchdown, passed for 40 yards. John Carter, 3 receptions, 22 yards and a touchdown. Eli Irvin with 2 receptions and 9 yards in the first half. And for the Red Devils, Jewel Taylor and Blaine Pierce, each with 3 tackles in the first half. Each were also credited with a half a sack in the first half as well. And by the way, Jewel Taylor also had 1.5 tackles for loss in the first half of play. Red Devils got on the board at 9:23 of that opening period. Wyatt Bird, a 33-yard touchdown run The extra point was good. That made it 7-0. Bird got his second touchdown at 6:10 to go in that first period. The extra point was good, and the Red Devils quickly jumped out to a 14-0 lead. White picked up his third touchdown at 2:52 to go in that opening quarter. The two-point conversion was unsuccessful. Red Devils led 20-0. The Wildcats got on the board at 2:11 to go in the opening period of play. Torian Smith, an 11-yard touchdown run. The extra point was blocked. That made it 20-6. And then after that bizarre play, the Red Devils coming back. John Carter, a 7-yard touchdown pass from Van Vliet. The extra point was good, and that's where we stand at halftime at 27-6. We will come back in a moment, check out college football schedule and the NFL coming up this weekend. Red Devils on top on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, 27-6.
Today's game is being brought to you by Tri-County Awards in Richmond. Customized awards and quality engraving services. When you come to Tri-County Awards, you'll get nothing but the best customer service. We take pride in our prompt service and easy availability. Celebrate success with a gorgeous medal, trophy, or plaque from Tri-County Awards. We've been crafting awards since 1972. Choose from a wide variety of designs and styles. We're a locally owned and family-operated business. Tri-County Awards, 1001 Southeast Street in Richmond.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hey, while we have a moment, let's go ahead and check out college football. Of course, the one game tonight that everybody paying attention to in the Big Ten is Ohio State and Northwestern, and so that's the one top 25 game tonight. Coming up on Saturday, Wisconsin at Illinois, West Virginia is at Oklahoma, Purdue travels to Iowa. That is a noon kickoff time. Clemson is at Louisville, Auburn at Arkansas, Florida is at South Carolina, 18th rated Arizona State is at number 15 Utah, LSU at Mississippi State, Georgia. They're still ranked number 3 in the country after their loss. They'll take on Kentucky. Southern Miss, take that back, Southern Methodist University home against Temple. Duke is at Virginia, Oregon at Washington, Cincinnati hosting Tulsa, Baylor's at Oklahoma State, Kansas at Texas, Texas A&M at Mississippi, Wake Forest home against Florida State, Michigan and Penn State. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff time tomorrow night at Penn State. Number 1 Alabama takes on Tennessee, and 14th ranked Boise State, they're at BYU. In the NFL coming up this weekend, Sunday, Arizona's at the Giants, San Francisco at Washington. The Rams play at Atlanta. Colts home against Houston. That is a 1 o'clock start time. Oakland is at Green Bay. Miami at Buffalo. Jacksonville at Cincinnati. Minnesota's at Detroit. The Chargers take on Tennessee. New Orleans is at Chicago. Baltimore at Seattle, and Philadelphia is on the road to Dallas. And then Monday night, you have New England taking on the Jets in New York. So that's a look at the weekend in the National Football League and college football top 25 play coming up tomorrow. Everybody is hustled back to their seats and to their proper places here in the press area, which means we are ready now for the third quarter. The Red Devils trying to finish out the conference season at 4-3. Gage Puterbaugh will tee it up at the 40. A cool night, but still not bad for as we get closer to the late stages of October. Major League Baseball playoffs continuing tonight. For those of you that don't know, make sure you come to our website, radiotroy.com, Tomorrow we'll have all the scores, everything from high school football, college football, the NFL, previews, and much more on our sports page Saturday. The only way you can get updated, timely scores and information is on radiotroy.com. Wildcats have 2 deep as Gage will approach the football. We're underway here in the third. He'll squib it along the ground again. Ball picked up at the 20. This will be Smith. Smith had eluded the Red Devils a couple of times in that first half. You know, one thing the Red Devils have done a lot more is squib the football along the ground, and I think it's very simple. There's a simple reason why. Because teams have a real hard time with that oblong thing coming at you. That thing bounces all over the place. If your players can get down there, you just never know. And you're really not going to give up much more field position. I mean, sometimes you will, but I think overall it's a pretty smart thing to do. First down and 10, just underway here in the third. Red Devils giving up less than 100 yards total offense in the first half. Here's Smith. Sweep to the right, cut back. 35 and brought down near the 36-yard line. So they'll back it to the 35-yard line. They'll call it a gain of about 6. Actually, it's going to be 7 because they would have to get to the 38-yard line. So we're going to call it now. Our camera person is really struggling right now. Doing too many things at once. Wildcats will run it to Smith again, but brought down from behind. There's Jake Haynes. Haynes played last week against Anderson, but he still had that shoulder injury. But was able to suit up last week after missing the McCutcheon game. Great to have him back, hopefully near full strength. Wildcats with a 3rd down and 4. Barker. Smith in the backfield. Red Devils showing blitz. Here they come. Smith gets the call, and he's going to get the first down and more. Breaking tackles out to about the 43-yard line. Red Devils blitzing that time, and once Smith got to that second level, there were no linebackers there and was able to get some extra yardage. One thing the Red Devils will need to shore up when they get into tournament play is making sure they contain to the outside and do a better job of tackling on that first opportunity to wrap them up. By the way, Sam Beatty, who we thought would play in the first half, is now in. More of a fullback there for Beatty. Handoff and nowhere to go for Nolan Hansen, as Hansen will be thrown back to the 39-yard line.
Hawkers number 34, Nolan Hansen.
Haynes in there, Jewel Taylor, DeMarco Owens, all in there for Richmond. We mentioned next week we'll be back here against a former NCC opponent, the Newcastle Trojans. 7 o'clock is the kickoff time, pregame beginning at 6:30. Second down now at about 14. Here comes the rush, and he's going to get sacked. Jewel Taylor, the first one in there. And this is going to go all the way back to the 29-yard line. Quavian Allen coming in to help as well, and also Blaine Pierce, but the first one to get him was number 52, Jewel Taylor. It is now 3rd down and forever. They will have to get to the Richmond 47-yard line to get a first down, and you see the football at the 29. So now 3rd down, everything in front of you right here, and force the Wildcats to punt the football. Near side receiver is Rogers. And there's a flag down as the play clock went to 0. The Wildcats not even close to getting the play off. That'll be a delay of game.
Flag on the play, delay of game on Kokomo.
So now the Wildcats, somebody needs to tell them they're heading the wrong way. They're almost backed up to Kokomo. Well, in their defense, it's going to happen. I mean, if you lose that many players, and I'm not sure how many starters are not playing tonight, it is awful difficult. Even though Richmond has struggled this season, it is their final home game of the regular season, and Richmond wants to win this one here tonight. Swing pass to the near side to Rogers. Rogers out of bounds at the 37. So it's still going to be 4th down. Wildcats play it safe right there. Wyatt Bird will come in for Richmond to accept the punt. And Cole Boriff will now step in. 7:42 remaining, I should say, here in the third quarter. Wyatt will be inside his own 30. Boriff, as you see, inside his 25-yard line. Here comes the rush, and they almost got it. Pierce nearly got a paw on that one. Wyatt will just let this one bounce. It'll take a Kokomo roll all the way down to the 9-yard line.
Kokomo punt down at the 9-yard line. Red Devils
That's a 54-yard punt by Borth. So now Richmond's offense back out on the field. This may be the deepest the Red Devils have been all night long. At their own 9-yard line. Van Vliet will hand it off to Wyatt. Wyatt near side and run out of bounds at about the 15-yard line, that they will get a little breathing room right here. Who is on their way to Destin, and where's Destin? Oh, he's in Florida. Jeff Lawrence is in Florida. Why is everybody in Florida and we're not?
I don't know, because Red Devil football is not Florida.
Well, how about if we hire somebody, we go to Florida? 7:22. We have a new yellow truck that's coming. Van Vliet will hand off. Wyatt cut back 20, 25, 30. Lost the football and gets it back at about the 40-yard line. His ability to jump on the football got him an extra 3 to 4 yards. Now, Wyatt at times has been fumble prone. I'm not sure that it's so much that he gets careless with the football. I think a lot of players just try to strip it out of his hands, and Wyatt able to get it back at the 40. I want to tell somebody that's on our live chat that let's hire somebody. We can tell everybody we're on our way to Tallahassee or something. I want to do the reverse. Trips to the right. Single receiver to the near side. Blitz shown. Aquavian Allen in the ball game. Allen, big hole. 50, 45, cuts to the outside. 30, 25, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. A flag is down.
60-yard touchdown run.
Flag is down back at the 46-yard line. Oh, boy, I tell you what, that hurts right there. Come on. That was not even anything in or near the play. The Quavian was all the way on this side of the field. What penalty would that have been all the way over there? Richmond has had an interception taken away, and they are going to have a touchdown taken away right here. Personal foul against Richmond. the play, and you can hear Tony Sonsini saying that was way over there. So I'm not sure where that would have been involved in the play at all, but it's going to cost Richmond 6 points. I don't blame Tony for being upset on that one. That just, I don't get it. I know we are hurting for officials, but if that play had nothing to do, and it would have had to been pretty egregious for me to throw a flag 45 yards away from that play. Handoff Allen again. Aquavian going to try it one more time. 40, still on his feet. Kokomo trying to strip the football. He'll be brought down near the 43-yard line. And I want to say this in defense of everybody from a official standpoint. I'm not begrudging the job they do. I mean, they do a hard job. But we have seen some times this year that I am just flabbergasted at some of the calls. And I'm talking about both ways. I'm not just talking about Richmond. I'm talking about teams that we have seen on the other side of the football. I go back to the game we played here against Lafayette. Jeff, the Broncos had a couple of touchdowns brought back that were very questionable. 5:40. Keep that, though. It's a nice highlight. Aquavian, this time driven back, may lose a yard or so. They're going to give him forward progress at the 41. Now Wyatt will be back in. They kept him out after he fumbled the football. They want to make sure that he holds on to that. You know, we'll use that Aquavian Allen for a highlight. It may not have counted, but nobody's going to know. Yeah. Wyatt got credit for a steal tonight. They don't have a football steal necessarily, but Wyatt got one right there. Third down and 9, 3 on the play clock. Van Vliet, here they come, and Van Vliet loses the football. It'll be picked up, and Kokomo's going to get it back. So Van Vliet has it stripped out of his hands. Wildcats will get the football. It looked like to me it was number 57, Miles Lenore. The outside linebacker gets credit for the strip. Or actually, he gets credit for the fumble recovery. I didn't see who stripped the football. But now Kokomo get it back at 4:39. Richmond, a couple of fumbles in this third quarter. That one cost them a possession. So now Kokomo, they get on the board. They're going to feel a lot better about themselves here in the second half, but there's another flag down.
Penalty flag on the play.
That'll go against the Wildcats. And I said this earlier, which is very true when you have so many starters out of your lineup, guys that have been getting the reps all season long, and then for whatever reason, you decide to go on fall break and not come to practice, and now you got a lot of new guys in there. It's hard to get a cohesive offense running. You hear different things. You have different sounds. This one thrown to the end zone, and that's going to be dropped. Wide open is Hardiman. A flag is down again, but Hardiman wide open for 6. Somehow, Hardiman was able to get behind Clay Sides. The penalty is going to go against Richmond, I believe. And Richmond, I think, got a timeout. They called roughing the passer on that one, so that's going to be an automatic first down, but Richmond's going to get a timeout. We're going to take a timeout as well. It's been kind of a sloppy third quarter on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Richmond on top of this one, 27-6.
Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance knows you're good at fitting one more dish in an already full dishwasher. We're good at your insurance. You're good at pretending to be asleep. We're good at your insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Tony got a timeout right there, just wanting to get everybody refocused and make sure you're on the same page, because really for Kokomo right here, this is a big possession. They get 7 on the board, and then all of a sudden it's a 27-13 game if they go for 2. There's the pump and the keeper by the quarterback. Richmond snuffed that out very well. Blaine Pierce was there. He was not fooled as Barker pumped once. You know, for the Wildcats as well, I'm not sure how much in the playbook that Barker has available, because you generally would see teams really cut back a lot and try to simplify the offense for somebody who has not had the reps. So there's probably not a whole lot in his repertoire here tonight. 2nd down and 10 now for Barker. Here's the pitch. Smith. He's been elusive at the 20. Breaks to the outside. Containment not there again. And that'll be a touchdown from 21 yards out.
Run number 3, Torian Smith.
Boy, Richmond's got to get containment to the outside, and that's happened a couple of times here tonight. And Kokomo right back in this ball game, though it's still 27-12. Scoreboard has 13. I hate to tell them they didn't give him 7 on that. 3:42 remaining, and now Borf is in to attempt the extra point. You know, Richmond, again, we thought that's something they'll have to shore up before next week, as the extra point attempt is up, and it is good. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Red Devils lead this one 27-13. This is Richmond football and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
By the way, the Red Devil fans let them know that they gave Kokomo 1 extra point, but they did take it down. It is 27-13 back here at Leibold Field. We need that song. So Borf will tee it up at the 40, as Richmond will have Wyatt Bird and Marquise Johnson deep. This one is pooched over the top. It'll be Johnson from the 20. Blocks to the outside, breaks a tackle. He's at the 35, 40, 45, gets a block and still on his feet and brought down at about the 34-yard line. Great return by Marquise Johnson.
Kickoff return number 6, Marquise Johnson.
No flags are down. There's some good news as the players unpile here on the near side. And Richmond's going to have excellent field position right here. 3:33 remaining. Red Devils have had some big plays tonight.
34-yard line.
First and 10. Again, the football at the 34. Wyatt stays in as the lone setback. Van Vliet to Wyatt. He will lose his balance and go down at around the 31. He's a little upset with himself that he wasn't able to stay on his feet. Wyatt, 3 touchdowns again here tonight. That matchup against Newcastle next week in the opening round of sectional play will be interesting, just from the standpoint that the last time Newcastle came in here, they whipped the Red Devils pretty good a couple of years ago. But now their offense not as high-powered as it has been. Van Vliet takes the snap. Here's Wyatt. Not much there, maybe a yard. Wyatt, one of those guys who tries to find that hole. It was Lenore again on the stop right at the 30. You'll see Jewel Taylor come back in for the Red Devils. Richmond more of a run offense setup right now. Aquavian Allen will also check in. So third down, and let's call it 5, closer to 6. Red Devils have to get to the 24-yard line for a first down. You can see the marker at the top of your screen. Handoff, Wyatt. Wyatt gets the first down. That time, Wyatt just puts his head down and gets a nice gain using that offensive line on the left side. You had Raper there. Also there for the Red Devils, Brenton Thomas. You have a veteran offensive line, Raper, Pierce, Thomas, Van de Vender, guys up front that have been through this. Tim Ortiz with great size at 6'6", 330. He's only a junior. Raper and Ortiz will be back next year. Handoff, Wyatt, 20. 15, brought down near the 13-yard line. And right now, Richmond content with just putting it on the ground and running it right at you. If you can stop it, great. If you can't, guess what? We'll just keep grinding out yards, and time keeps coming off that clock as well. We're down to minute 9 here in the third quarter. Richmond knocking on the door again inside the 15-yard line. You get it in the red zone. Here's where you make your money. Aquavian Allen starts right, goes left up the middle, touchdown. Aquavian Allen, 13 yards in the score. He had a touchdown taken away earlier. This time, no doubt about it, Aquavian Allen with another 6 on the board. And Richmond now leads this one 33-13. So now Gage Pewterbaugh will attempt the extra point. It is up and it is good on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. 48.1 seconds remaining here in the third, and the Red Devils have now opened up a 34-13 lead. This is Richmond football and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Dargy Repair Service is family owned and operated, and they work on every kind of vehicle and specialize in imports. You can count on Dargy to do repairs and service, big and small. Dargy does regular service to major repairs. They do everything for your car except bodywork and tires. Dargy is a certified TechNet professional auto service. Dargy Repair and Service, 1700 Northwest 11th Street in Richmond. For more information, give them a call at 935-2241.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery. Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023.
Red Devils will kick it off with 48.1 seconds remaining, and they'll hit the up back, and the ball is going to be loose, and I think the Red Devils may have gotten it back. And they did. It was Gabe Crow able to pick up the loose football on special teams. Great play by Gage Pewterbaugh. One of the upbacks unable to handle it, and Richmond's going to get it back again here in the third quarter. Another key mistake on special teams by the Wildcats. It had to go 10 yards. It went 11. And so now Richmond back out on the field again. Carter to the near side. Johnson split wide to the right. Richmond this time working with two tight ends. You see that Wyatt Bird is the lone setback in the backfield. Van Vliet to throw near side. Carter caught! 10-5 touchdown!
Number 3, Sean Carter.
37.2 seconds to go, and Richmond, within seconds of their previous touchdown, they score again. That was a good throw, but it was John Carter who just simply wrestled it away from the defender, and Gage Pewterbaugh in to attempt the extra point. The kick is up. It is good. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Red Devils on top, 41-13.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with the most comprehensive auto repair services that include general services, car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. Their goal is simple: to offer the best services available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. For a high-performance vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, give them a call at 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
This time the Red Devils kick it deep. It will sail into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. That's where the Wildcats will have it 1st and 10 at the 20. Tonight's game brought to you in part by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week, you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors, just $3.50. Every Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Tuesday, the oven roasted chicken, and Wednesday, the turkey breast. Treat yourself at Subway, 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. Well, if you've just joined us, that's right, the score is correct. Richmond winning 41-13. They just scored back-to-back within seconds of each other following a mess up there by the Wildcats on special teams. Here comes the blitz, and almost picked off. Aquavian Allen. That would have been a pick six. Oh, my. He steps right in front of Stewart and nearly had himself an interception for a touchdown. 2nd down and 10. That's one of those that the throw it and you can't believe it, that it's right there in your hands and there's nobody in front of you. 30 seconds remaining now here in the third quarter. Here they come again. Quarterback Barker gets away from another defender. Down the sideline, nice play. Great catch. As Reese is there to make the catch. And it'll be a 1st down. But there is a flag down now. We see the flag. This might be on Kokomo. The Red Devils, by the way, have an injured player. That may be Jewel Taylor, and it is. Illegal man downfield on the Wildcats. But Jewel Taylor coming out of the ball game, he was shaken up on that play. But that will negate the pass play. And the Wildcats will get backed up a little bit further, back to the 15-yard line. 23.7 seconds remaining now in this third quarter. Well, hopefully Jewell is okay. He's one of those players that plays both ways. Not a really big guy, but he plays with everything he has, and he's a huge, huge key for the Red Devils. Barker again out of the shotgun. Here's the pitch, and guess who again? Smith. He's going to get something positive out of that. Red Devils almost got him for a loss. DeMarco Owens at the bottom of that pile. And that's going to do it for the third quarter as you hear the horn going off at the end of 3 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Red Devils on top of this one, 41-13.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hogue, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
We got this.
Well, it is definitely a happy house here tonight for the Red Devils. They have now built a 41-13 lead as we're now ready for the fourth quarter. By the way, if the Red Devils can find a way to score again, believe it or not, you'd end up in the mercy rule area. 35 plus. Haven't said that in a while. Third down and 15. Ball thrown in the air. This one up for grabs, and it's going to be incomplete. Good coverage again by the Red Devils. Gabe Crow was there, also there for Richmond.
Brings up third down.
Jack Guiley, the strong safety, coming over. So now it'll be fourth down and 15. Well, let's make sure our math is correct. If Richmond gets to 48, you're ahead by 35. Is that right?
I think so.
Check it again. 48 minus 13 is 35. That'd be mercy rule time.
No, come on. Is that not?
That's, hey, listen, you know what I said before. We're not apologizing for anything. Richmond has taken their lumps over the last 2 to 3 years, and nice to give back a few. There's a flag down. Borf with the punt. He'll be downed right there at the 50, but now we have to wait and see what the penalty flag is all about. Penalty is going to be on the Wildcats, but the Red Devils are going to decline that penalty.
Penalties declined. Red Devils take over first and 10 at the 50.
So Richmond will not make them punt it again. They'll just take the good field position at the 50. I was going to look to see what the Wildcats have been able to accomplish. Well, last year they beat Richmond 56-16. It was 35-2 at the end of the first half. 11:47 remaining here in the fourth. Handoff Allen. Allen using his speed at the 40. Puts his head down, runs over another defender. Boy, and Aquavian Allen won that battle. There's a flag down, and this is going to go against Smith and Kokomo, I believe. Allen was still down on the turf, and I think that Smith said something to him. I'm not sure I would have said anything right there because if I'm Smith, I just got the dickens kicked out of me.
Flag on the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on Kokomo.
So here is how Kokomo's beaten Richmond in the last 3 years, 32-22, 55-21, and 56-16. Richmond did win in 2013, 37-20. So the Red Devils have taken their lumps over the last 3 years. Richmond, by the way, leads the overall series. But it's been 4 years since the Red Devils have beaten the Wildcats and a chance to get to 48 points. Allen will stay in the backfield. High snap brought down. Allen on the carry. Aquavian at the 10, the 5, touchdown Richmond again.
19-yard touchdown run, number 23 at Aquavian Allen.
Boy, how about Aquavian Allen here tonight? He had that big run brought back after a penalty was called, and they've rewarded him now. He's got 2 touchdown carries. And Richmond can again get the mercy rule started right here with the extra point now by Gage Peterbaugh. Boy, and what a way to finish out the regular season. The extra point is up. It is good. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Red Devils lead it 48-13. This is Richmond football right here in Radio Troy Digital.
Our community. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
Well, there's nothing the Wildcats can do now. Once that 35 gets on the board, the clock will run. Now, there are some circumstances where it will stop, but now the Red Devils are putting a mercy rule on somebody else in this one here tonight. Richmond will finish the North Central Conference at 4-3. They will go into the tournament with their 5th win of the year. This one kicked in the air, and that will go out of bounds on the far side. A flag will go down. But the good news is the flag goes down, the clock keeps going. Under 10 minutes. And this, by the way, will go quickly, because when that clock gets to running, it just goes. Well, a great night for the Red Devils tonight. By the way, they have held Kokomo at the end of the third quarter just 118 yards of total offense. Wildcats really struggling here tonight, but again, it's a factor. It's not an excuse. We use that quite often. It is a factor to lose all those players and try to come back with a freshman quarterback that has not been your starter throughout the year. Nolan Hansen will come in and be the tailback and now shifts over to the left. Kokomo's going to throw deep to the far side, and that's going to be tipped at the last second. Jack Guiley coming over to knock that one down. Vincent Narcisse was on coverage, but Guiley comes over from his strong safety spot and was able to get a hand on it and knock it away. Incomplete pass. The good news is that doesn't stop the clock either. That's right. Just keep her moving. It doesn't even matter if Kokomo scores. Once you get to 35, they still run the clock. you could get back to 48-47 and it's still going to run. Yeah, you don't get any mulligans here now. That's a bad snap. Here come the Red Devils, and Blaine Pierce jumping all over Barker. Now there's a case where you have a backup center and a freshman quarterback.
Brings up third down.
We'd mentioned that Chris White, their starting center, had not been in the lineup tonight. I don't know what that score is yet. See if I can pick up a score for you at some point. By the way, Union City is beating Winchester 26-16 in the fourth quarter. That means if Northeastern, as that play is going to be stopped, if Northeastern can win, then Northeastern will win the championship outright. Their game is tied. Last thing we have is it's tied at 12. But how about that, though? If Union City can play the spoiler tonight and Northeastern gets the win, they're the outright champions of the TEC. That has been a wild conference. So the Wildcats will punt it away under the 7-minute mark now. Johnson is deep, and that'll fall at the 50 and take a Richmond bounce. So the last score we have, it was tied at 12. Shane Berry had a touchdown run in that one to tie it at 12. I'm going to see, we'll text somebody and see if we can get a score. We have Josh Fern is there covering it for us. We'll get you an update. But that's big. Boy, Union City beating Winchester. Winchester a chance to get a share of the championship. The Knights trying to win it outright. Hagerstown giving the Knights everything they wanted, exactly what you would expect. Here tonight, Richmond winning with the mercy rule in effect. And now the Red Devils are going to call a timeout.
Timeout, Red Devils.
We will take a quick timeout as well on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Red Devils on top, 48-13.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com.
You know, here's what I find interesting is I ask him what's the score, and he says 18-12. Well, who's winning? You might want to include a very special detail on that of who the winning team is. I know. 5:58 to go in this one. Red Devils have replaced Van Vliet, their quarterback. Flag is down, as that could be a hole. Looks like the Red Devils have brought a whole bunch of new guys in. Damian Newman. Hello, Newman. Freshman, 6 foot, 170 pounds, is in the lineup now. Fans are yelling at the scorekeeper to start the clock. Yeah, it's supposed to be running. I don't know why he stopped it. Jake must be thinking that we're still inside the mercy rule. You want to get on the, you want the fans to get on you? Don't get the score right, or don't start the clock when you're supposed to. That will do it every time. Well, I'm still waiting. It's still going, though. Red Devils try to run the football. Well, this one said 1:46 left, so that could be it. So Northeastern is winning 18-12. So the Knights going to win that thing. There was a minute 46 then, but that's been a couple of minutes ago. Looks like they're going to run out the clock.
Well, they get the award for the best photo bomb.
Yes, they do. Richmond. Newman will keep it. Newman at the 50, 45, 40, and then knocked out of bounds.
Ball carries number 12, Daniel Newman. Good enough for a Red Devil first down.
.417 remaining in this one as Richmond again will finish out the regular season with a victory here tonight. A lot of momentum going into next week against Newcastle. And by the way, they could get a rematch with Mount Vernon here in the semifinals of the sectional. It's the revenge tour. Red Devils. Yeah, I'm sure there is. Red Devils running the football again. We'll try to pick up some of the new players that are in. That's Lucas Hall, a 5'8 freshman. 160 pounds coming out of the ball game for the Red Devils. Junior Aguilar, he's a senior. All Richmond wants to do here is just run this clock and get out of here with a huge win tonight. So for the first time, as we said, since 2013, in fact, this is the biggest lopsided win the Red Devils have had since they beat Kokomo 54-27 back in 2002. They did beat Kokomo by 43 back in 1999. You know, I've been here since 90. This will be the second largest margin of victory for the Red Devils since I've been here. The Knights did win, yes. Yeah, and with Winchester losing, that'll give the Knights the championship. Red Devils running the football again. Big gain over the right side. 25-20 down to the 15-yard line. Lucas Hall once again for the Red Devils. 2 minutes to go.
Good enough for a Red Devil first down.
Yeah, Northeastern will win the championship, and then they get to play Heritage Christian in the sectional next week. Centerville gets Cecina. Lincoln got North Decatur. Nobody really got a very good draw in the TEC overall if you look at some of the teams they drew.
Penalty flag is unsportsmanlike conduct on Kokomo.
So there's another penalty. No, you really don't. You're not supposed to stop the clock unless I think it's an injury or a timeout or a score. I don't think you stop it on a score. I say you just keep it running. Yes, the Newcastle game is here. And if the Red Devils win that, they'd be home the next week because they're in the bottom of the bracket. 55 seconds remaining, and the Red Devils about ready to put this one in the books here tonight. Newman at quarterback again for the Red Devils. On the carry, once again, Lucas Hall, and that's pretty much going to do it. Final score, Richmond 48, Kokomo 13. That's your final. We'll come back and wrap it up in a moment. This is Richmond Football, Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft-Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond.
Red Devils win at 48-13, and again next week it is the final, in fact, the opening game of the tournament, and we'll be here against Newcastle, 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock is your kickoff time. Thanks for being with us. Richmond wins it tonight, 48-13. This has been Richmond football right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.